Hi folks! Subscribe, give us a like, and write in the comments below which of the Champions League matches you're planning to watch today. And while you're typing, we proceed to start. Let's get the show on the pitch. Messi didn't ask PSG to provide him time to rest before the 2022 World Cup, as only the head coach Christophe Galtier can give Lionel a break. Benjamin Pavard was caught drink driving, and for this, he had his license withdrawn, while Bayern Munich imposed a fine on him. Mbappe would like to try a new strike partnership with the 20-year-old Hugo Ekitike. Aston Villa are checking Eden Hazard and could acquire the Belgian already in January. Xabi Alonso will most likely stay at Bayer Leverkusen until winter, as the club's management is satisfied with his work. On the eve of the Champions League tie against Marseille, local fans set off fireworks above Tottenham's hotel at 3 o'clock in the morning. Liverpool officials suppose that the roster has problems with the on-pitch communication, since the newbies do not speak English. The management of Borussia Dortmund will demand 150 million euros from potential buyers for Jude Bellingham. Real, Manchester City, Liverpool, and Chelsea are seriously interested in his services. Chelsea are set to sell Romelu Lukaku, hoping that there will be a demand for him after the 2022 World Cup. 16-year-old Endrick is willing to join Real Madrid despite PSG's approach, though Los Blancos are not ready to pay more than 35 to 40 million euros for the prospect. Arturo Vidal sent a message to Real after Flamengo's victory in the Copa Libertadores final. "Real Madrid, we are gonna kick your ass," the Chilean declared to the crowd. Memphis Depay could be on his way to Roma, as he has decided to quit Barca in January. Chelsea are still monitoring Dynamo Moscow midfielder Arsene Zakharyan. Manchester United will look to extend Marcus Rashford's contract before the end of the year, as the player doesn't want to leave the Red Devils. Juventus may buy Sergei Milinkovic-Savic from Lazio in the winter, reports La Gazzetta dello Sport. Liverpool could sign RB Leipzig midfielder Konrad Laimer in January. Both Bayern and Benjamin Pavard have no strong interest in extending the contract, as the footballer is unhappy with his current position at the club. Arsenal Football Club supporters group for LGBT fans intend to boycott the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, as they believe that fundamental human rights principles are not respected in Qatar and FIFA members put their heads in the sand. Jurgen Klopp spent a 400th game as the Liverpool coach, becoming the 4th Reds manager ever to reach the landmark. Atletico Madrid finished last in the Champions League group for the first time in their history. Liverpool's boss Jurgen Klopp has no intention of resigning despite his side's difficult start to the season. Manchester City fear that Ilkay Gundogan will snub their contract offer and leave the citizens on a free transfer. Fiorentina have added Udinese forward Gerard Deulofeu to their short transfer list. A football innovation from UEFA, which will be called the mandatory substitution rule, may be introduced soon and should be used when a player is suspected of having a concussion. PSG are ready to pay 100 million euros for Michael Mudryk in January, Sport Mediaset reports. Massimiliano Allegri is the highest-paid coach in Italian Serie A, earning 9 million euros per season. Xavi said that the Catalans will definitely win trophies next year. The titles will be won in 2023, the Spanish manager stated. Juninho Pernambucano reacted to Neymar's support for former Brazilian president Jair Bolsonaro. "I get sick when I see right-wing Brazilian players like Neymar supporting fascists," Juninho stated. Erling Haaland could have moved to Everton for £2 million, as noted by Duncan Ferguson. He could have become an Everton player at 15 or 16 years old, but the Toffees didn't want to buy him for £2 million. Julian Lopetegui held another round of negotiations with Wolverhampton Wanderers and may soon take over the club. Trent Alexander-Arnold is the youngest player who made 50 appearances for Liverpool in the Champions League, being 24 years and 25 days old. Qatar has made over £250,000 plus in gifts to British MPs over the past year. Qatar offered some fans to visit the 2022 World Cup for free in exchange for good reviews on social media platforms. Barcelona defender Ronald Araujo ran over a female fan's leg with a car after a Monday morning training session. Frank Kessié has picked up an injury during the duel against Victoria. The first signs show that the footballer will miss at least 6 weeks of action. Among other things, Yesterday we saw the final matches of the Champions League group stage played in 4 quartets. The latest results are in front of you. Moving on to the main news of the release. Let's have a brief rewind of yesterday's battles. Atletico lost to Porto in an away game and ended their run in European competitions for this season. Bayern and Brugge had a goalless draw, giving the German side the first place in the group, while the Belgians grabbed the second place. Liverpool took revenge on Napoli by winning 2-0 thanks to strikes from Salah and Nunez, but still remained second in the quartet after the Parthenapians. Meanwhile, Ajax beat Rangers 1-3 and will continue their performance in the Europa League. Nothing changed in Group C after this round. Bayern outclassed Inter at home with 2-0 and Barcelona beat Victoria 2-4. The most intriguing Group D also had its time to shine. Spurs snatched a 1-2 victory from Marseille at the last minute and advanced to round of 16 from first place, leaving the Olympians without any Spring European Cup action. Eintracht, on the other hand, succeeded in a 1-2 thriller against Sporting, sending the Portuguese squad straight to the Europa League. Let's have a look at the other topics. Joan Laporta wants Barcelona to sign Lionel Messi or Bernardo Silva. The Catalans management wishes to see another world-class star in the roster. After the Champions League exit, it became obvious to Barca bosses that the squad lacks experienced performers. No doubts, there are many good young players in the team, but only Robert Lewandowski can make an actual difference on the pitch. Therefore, Barcelona are eager to either bring back Lionel Messi or go for Manchester City midfielder Bernardo Silva. The Blaugrana are plotting to buy Messi or Silva in January, as they have no spending restrictions from La Liga so far. Barcelona are keeping tabs on Marco Asensio, reports Mundo Deportivo. He attracts the Catalans management with minimal transfer costs, an acceptable age, and a good media image. Barca are also considering the possibility of taking the striker from a key rival. A proper long-range shot will add variety to the attack, added by the friendly relationship between Asensio's agent Jorge Mendes and Barcelona president Joan Laporta may push the talks forward. Nevertheless, club discussions about the transfer are still going on. Lionel Messi could request to skip Paris Saint-Germain's last match before the 2022 World Cup, according to reports. PSG play Auxerre on November 13th, while Argentina kick off their World Cup campaign on November 22nd against Saudi Arabia. And according to Gaston Nadal, the 35-year-old could miss the league clash against Auxerre amid concerns about his fitness. It's understood that Messi shares a friendly relationship with PSG boss Christophe Galtier, who could allow the superstar forward's request to miss the league fixture against Auxerre. Barcelona see Mikel Arteta a potential candidate for the head coaching job in the future. It's not about the present or the near future, because now Barcelona are counting on Xavi and have complete trust in his project. However, the work that Mikel has done in Arsenal attracts the attention of Catalan side. According to Blaugrana's officials, he has what it takes to be appointed Barcelona coach in the future. Arteta will be considered a top priority when the coaching post becomes vacant. Not only Blaugrana were impressed by Arsenal's performances under Arteta, but also his methods of team management. Barcelona's interest in the return of Lionel Messi is not mutual. The 35-year-old Argentine has been ignoring Joan Laporta's phone calls in recent months. Moreover, Juan wanted to meet the player during the Ballon d'Or ceremony, but his attempts to establish contact with Lionel were unsuccessful. At this moment, Pulga is truly happy at PSG. He is satisfied with the club's project, he admires the atmosphere in the championship. Besides, Messi has a great relationship with coach Christophe Galtier. PSG will attempt to keep Messi for at least one more year. He will definitely be offered a contract renewal. The final decision about Leo's future will be made after the 2022 World Cup tournament. Guys, do you remember a footballer named Hakim Mastor? You've guessed it, a real mess happened to his career. What kind of a mess? Check out the new video from our Inside Football project and find out. Alright, that's all for today. It was Football News. Have a nice one and see you in a bit.